Melvin. Welcome again. We meet again, and I'm glad that you were able to round up your colleagues to stop by in our modest residence in Mukunda to discuss with me various issues concerning the upcoming senatorial elections, of which I am the head of the list for the SDF Southwest candidate. Thank you,
Prof.
Thank you for coming.
Prof, if I may ask you just basically questions for us to discuss about and to know why SDF is taking part in these senatorial elections. If we look previously, there were specific elections that SDF boycotted.
That's right.
Why are they having interest? What is peculiar about them in these senatorial elections?
Two reasons. The first you've made allusion to. After the boycott of 1992 as well as 1997 presidential election, the party took a solemn resolution that heretofore no elections in Cameroon will be boycotted by the party. Whether the elections are perceived to be good or bad, the SDF will always answer present. And so we are answering present to this election. And this one in particular, I can understand why there's much skepticism and why the question arises. How come the SDF is participating in this election? We would have hoped in the ideal system that the council elections will take place first, renew the mandate of the councillors, and then the senatorial elections will follow. But this is what the hand that fate has dealt us. The council elections are clearly going to come up after the senatorial elections.
So, Prof, in other words, if you look at the odds and if you look at the number of councillors which the CPDM have in the Southwest, for example, it is about 757.
Right.
Looking at SDF with 114. I'm looking at it, the chances of them buying the message and having the overwhelming majority now for SDF. I think with the message that you are selling, that's the message you as the head of the list is selling to the CPDM, sorry.
Right. Be that as it may, we are going into these elections knowing fully well, that the odds are against us. We don't have any illusions. We've done our arithmetic, we've calculated, and we know, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to know this, that the total number of councillors in the Southwest is 875. Of these 875, 757 are CPDM councillors. And the SDF has only 114 councillors. For the SDF to win an absolute majority in this election, it will have to pry loose from the CPDM 324 councillors. And we realize it's a tall order. It's not going to be an easy task, but we are persuaded that all things considered, we have a fighting chance and that victory is possible even against the overwhelming odds that I've just described. And the reason why we are confident, that we have not embarked on a self-fulfilling prophecy. I think we have a message, and it's a message,
a specific message
to the electorate.
CPDM.
Yes, an electorate that is overwhelmingly CPDM. You have an opportunity to make a fundamental difference, to contribute toward the resolution, a lasting resolution to this problem. And to do that, it's important that when you cast your ballot, and I should point out, councillors, your ballot paper in a democracy is your most prized possession. When you use it, we are asking you to use it wisely. We're asking you to elect persons who will be bold, courageous, to raise and confront the issues that we have been discussing for the last 2 years, and who will not be afraid to propose solutions, even if those solutions go against party instincts, party policy. We are saying when you cast that ballot, when you drop it in the box, it is only you and your conscience. And the question in front of you is, if I put this ballot here in favor of my list, will I be making the best use of my ballot in order to advance the interest of the overwhelming majority of Cameroonians? Will I be advancing the common good as opposed to the private good? I believe sincerely that you don't need to be lectured on your role and your responsibility, that you know and I know, and that in the end you'll decide in favor of the list that I am leading in the Southwest.
Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you for that one. That's a strong message.
Okay.
And for those who are going to be voting on Sunday the 25th
yes.
of March 2018. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Pleasure
The pleasure
talking with you.
is ours.